Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Our host, Brian Duprey, is the world's most sought-after childcare coach, having helped tens of thousands of childcare owners from around the globe take their business to the next level. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast, our host, Brian Duprey.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Childcare Genius Podcast training series. I am your host, Brian Duprey. Excited to be here today with my amazing and talented co-host, Sindye Alexander. How are you, Sindye?
Hi there. Hi, Brian. I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to diving into some conversation with you today.
Yeah, so our training topic today that we decided we'd pick is community marketing. And sometimes, people, they tend to get stuck in their own school and tend to not get out of it. So we're going to do something a little bit different today, a little outside the box thinking on marketing. So tell the audience what community marketing is.
Well, community marketing is so simple to define. It's a way of telling your message, telling your story, and making connections out in your community. Like marketing is just basically that, getting your message out to the people that need to hear it. So one way, and we all focus on digital because everything is on our phones, everything's on our computers, social media, digital websites, paid ads, and in those ways, all of that is so important. But I don't want us to forget about like being a human and making actual real connections with actual real people in your community. You never know who you're going to meet who could really send a lot of children your way.
Awesome. So let's give some examples of what you can do to increase community awareness and community marketing.
Right. So I think that the first thing that you can do, and it is so simple, is just maybe go to your local Chamber of Commerce website or some community board. I'm sure somewhere in your community, whether it's a Facebook group, a community activities website, there is somewhere that tells you what is going on, what events are happening. And if you just pick one or two events to participate in during the year, whether it's the 4th of July parade or some kind of like children's health fair where you might be able to volunteer or sponsor or hold a booth, just getting out in your community at a place where lots of people are going to come that might have, children or needs, that you can fulfill with your after school program or your early education or infant program. So just be out there and meet people.
Yeah, and basically try to brand yourself, like wear t-shirts with your company logo on it or something, or have a mascot. Mm-hmm. I know we have a mascot, a cartoon character mascot, Elmo. We have a giant t-shirt on there that promotes our center, and he walks around during community events, which all the kids gravitate to. They take selfies, and of course, they're taking pictures with our logo in them.
With your logo in it, yeah. And especially like if you're doing something like that where you have a booth or you're like, you're having some kind of a children's activity within a fair, make sure that your branding, at least your sticker, is on some kind of a giveaway. So that way with people, they take something from the fair from you and they can remember about it once they get back home. So that's one thing. And that's super simple. Another way is to, help the community get more familiar with your school by just hosting events and inviting the public. And I'm talking about like beyond the traditional open house, that we all seem to do here and there. Move beyond that. Do something fun, like have a school carnival or an ice cream social, just like some kind of a way to draw people in, and everybody gets a free ice cream and they can take a tour. And I don't know, maybe you have some kind of a craft activity as well. And you can invite your current families and have them bring their friends, or you could open it up to the community. I used to do a school carnival before I was trying to enroll for my summer camp. And because it was a free family activity for the community, the school system allowed me to pass out flyers. They would distribute the flyers to every elementary school student in my district because it was a free event. If I was saying, hey, I want people to enroll and pay me money to enroll in my center, they would say, no, you can't send home a flyer like that because that's going to benefit you. So find ways to put some goodness back in your community with these events. You could host a free playgroup. My friend Lucy she used to do that, host a free play group in her like activity area because she had a great place for parents to meet. And these parents just got to use the facility for free, make connections, see her center. And she got so many enrollments from having a free play group. You could have a holiday cookie party, or, a graduation, or, a little song performance. Invite the community in to see what you have to offer, but make it fun. So that's another great way to let the world around you know that you exist and that you're a great place for schools or for children.
That's awesome. What about reciprocal marketing? How does that work?
So a reciprocal relationship with another business in your community is really where you're swapping marketing, you're swapping leads. You might co-host an event together, but you should go out and make friends with other business owners that, they might have the same target audience as you. It could be a children's clothing store. It could be a dance studio, martial arts class. It could be, a dentist or some other professional that works with children. They want to find families with young children, but they don't necessarily compete with you directly. So, for instance, you could offer space for the martial arts class to have a class in the evenings in your school. And then families who come in for the martial arts class are learning a little bit about your school because they get to experience coming in and seeing what you have to offer and seeing your great classrooms and your setups and vice versa. You can send home flyers about this martial arts class to your families and do some marketing for them. You could exchange discounts. You can get creative with it. There's lots of ways to do it. But when you make those connections with real actual people in your community, you'll send each other business.
Or you should, if your parents own businesses, you should do business with people who do business with you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That is a good practice too. If they do, if your parents lawn care, you want them doing your lawn, because that gets the word out to the community as well, and they'll become your little marketing ambassadors.
Absolutely. Yeah. I used to do business with one of my families was like a painter, and he would come in and, like give my school a fresh coat of paint every couple of years. Another one, did put up a new fence at my new building. And so he got to put his advertising out there and I got a discount on services. So there's all kinds of ways that you can partner, partner with the people, and people in your community. And I think the last little tidbit that I'm going to give, there's so many ways you can get involved with your community, but I want to encourage you to get out of your school, go out into the community and join. And I'm talking to owners and directors. Join local community organizations. And it could be something like the Rotary or the Chamber of Commerce. And you'd be like, oh, that's not really early childhood. Well, it's business, and you don't know if you are going to meet the head honcho of the biggest employer in your town who is worried about call-offs with his staff, and he might want to have some kind of a childcare program for his employees, whether it's in your existing location or you create something new. Like, you don't know who you're going to run into. People in those types of organizations usually know other important people, and you want to be in those types of circles. You want to be in the circle, try to get into the circles that maybe are just on the outskirts, or the goals of where you want to get to. Okay. And also you should get involved with, or you could get involved with things like Toys for Tots, like some kind of a nonprofit, or Coats for Kids, or, host a fundraiser for the children's wing of your hospital, or, a family who's going through something. When you join this community organization, sometimes it's just who you know can open doors to the next person that you need to meet, that can open more doors. You never know who has a building just sitting there vacant, and they're looking for somebody to occupy it. There's, just get out, meet people, make friends.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, each week on Friday, we release this training series where we give you just tips and tools. Of course, we go into a lot more in depth in our coaching program, Childcare Genius University, but we just wanted to give our little bit of tips and tools out there that helps you get there. If there's some way that I can help you in your business, let's just say you learned some of this, and you want to learn a little bit more, you want to hop on a coaching call with me. If you have never done a coaching call with me, or it's been at least over a year and you own a school, at least one center, I'd give you a free call and we could hop on there and let me give you some tips and tools to make you better, make you more profitable. Just go to childcaregenius.com/coaching, go to the coaching tab and say, I'd like a free coaching call, and no obligation. And I'm gonna give you some tips that maybe even we didn't even cover here a little bit more in depth. So I want to thank my co-host today, Sindye Alexander, for coming on, talking a little bit about community marketing. And go out there, get out of your school and find those people where they're at. Don't wait for your ship to come in, swim out to it. This is Brian Duprey signing off. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your child care business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Child Care Genius community.